Cardigan and Flicker, Valley Guardians, Episode 10, The Shadow Bloom. Cautiously, the 5 dragons and the rabbit wizard stepped into the clearing. The air here felt cold and heavy, a stark contrast to the warmth, buzzing energy of the rest of the valley. The strange structure in the center of the clearing was even more unsettling up close. It looked like a giant, twisted, ominous tree, but instead of vibrant leaves, they had sharp, jagged points that seemed to writhe slightly. A sickly green light pulsed from its dark center, and the ground around it was dead and barren. Tiny, shadowy figures scurried around the base of the tree. The imps. "Look," Aurora whispered, pointing with a trembling claw. "They're feeding it something." The imps were dragging small, dark stones towards the scary tree and pushing them into the dead earth around its roots. As they did, the green light in the center of the tree pulsed brighter. Raiden's eyes narrowed. He held Camden out, and the carrot staff trembled, its orange glow flickering nervously. "This is what Camden was sensing," he said grimly. "This is the shadow bloom. It feeds on darkness and negativity, and it drains the life force from the land around it." "Why would the imps build something like this?" Cardigan asked, a frown creasing her brow. She looked at the dead ground, feeling a pang of sadness. "Imps thrive on chaos and unhappiness," Orion rumbled, his voice low and serious. "Their banished leader, he was particularly skilled at creating destruction. This bloom, it feels like his work, even if he isn't here." As if summoned by his name, a chilling, cackling laugh echoed through the clearing. It didn't come from any of the imps, but seemed to shimmer in the air itself.
"Foolish dragons,"
the disembodied voice sneered.
"You thought you could simply banish me and all would be well. My power is rooted deeper than you know."
"The leader," Flicker gasped, hiding behind Cardigan's leg. Raiden tightened his grip on Camden. "His influence remains. The shadow bloom is a way for him to spread his dark energy even from where he is banished. The imps are his little helpers, making the valley weak and unhappy." Buster, who had been watching the imps, nervously puffed out his chest. "They're making the valley sad and killing the flowers." He looked at Cardigan, his eyes blazed with a newfound courage. "Exactly," Cardigan said, her gentle demeanor replaced with determination. "This tree is hurting the land and everything that lives here." Orion spread his wings, a small puff of smoke escaping his nose. "This explains why the imps are so persistent in the tunnel. They're protecting their master's vile creation." They all looked at the pulsing shadow bloom and the scurrying imps. It was clear this wasn't just about finding sunberries or overcoming a fear of flying anymore. This was about protecting their home and the beauty of the valley. "We have to stop it," Aurora said firmly, her earlier fear replaced with a quiet resolve. "But how?" Flicker asked, looking at the menacing bloom. Raiden looked at Camden, which was now glowing steadily, as if ready for action. "The shadow bloom feeds on darkness. Perhaps it can be defeated by light and life." He looked at Cardigan, a knowing look in his eyes. Cardigan understood immediately. Her breath didn't bring fire and destruction, it brought flowers and healing. Her power was the opposite of the bloom's darkness. The imp army, sensing the dragon's intentions, began to gather, the red eyes fixed on the intruders. The final confrontation was coming.
Sweet dreams, and thank you for listening.